What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel where I take a deep dive into all things pop culture, entertainment, superhero, Star Wars, movies, comics, TV, and some of the hottest debates out there. And before I jump in, a huge shout out to my 26,000 plus subscribers. You guys are the real heroes keeping this channel thriving. And if you're new here and you haven't subbed yet, welcome aboard. Stick around because I'm about to unpack some juicy stuff, and today I'm talking Thunderbolts. Yes, Marvel's Antihero team up hitting theaters in just a couple of weeks on May 2nd. Early box office numbers are out, and they're raising a few red flags, raising some alarms. Plus, I've got a bone to pick with this movie title. My opinion, it should have been called Dark Avengers. So, is it headed for a flop? Or could it surprise us? Let's break it down, shall we? For those of you new to the party, Thunderbolts stars Yelena, Bucky, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, Ghost, and more. All led by the shady Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Directed by Jake Schreier. I think I got that right. It's a gritty, darkly funny vibe. Think Suicide Squad meets Marvel. But here's the big issue for comic fans out there. None of these characters are from the Thunderbolts comics. Yeah, the OG Thunderbolts were villains like Baron Zemo or Moonstone posing as heroes. This crew? Well, they're more like a morally gray Black Ops type squad. Honestly, Marvel should have called this Dark Avengers. It fits Val's scheming and the team's vibe way better. Okay. So, naming drama aside, let's talk some numbers, because that's where things get a little spicy. According to Joe Blow and Cosmic Book News, Thunderbolts is tracking for a $63 to $77 million domestic opening weekend, likely hitting around that $70 million mark. For a Marvel summer blockbuster, that's, well, it's kind of underwhelming. Compare it to Captain America Brave New World, which opened at $88 million earlier this year and still felt soft. Or look at the COVID-era MCU films. Black Widow pulled in $80 million. Shang-Chi hit $75 million. Eternals hit $71 million. If the Thunderbolts lands at $70 million, it could be one of the MCU's weakest summer openers ever. And Cosmic Book News, they don't hold back. They call Thunderbolts a potential flop. And why? Well, this movie's reportedly cost over $200 million to make. So to break even, and this doesn't include marketing, it would need to hit around $600 million at the box office worldwide, assuming that studios keep half the box office. So if it opens at $70 million domestically and follows the path of, say, Eternals or Shang-Chi, which ended up around $400 million globally, it's going to struggle. That's rough for Marvel, especially after Brave New World's rather lukewarm run. But don't write off Thunderbolts just yet, or in my dream, Dark Avengers. These are early projections, and we've seen films crush it despite low expectations. Just take a look at Minecraft. It was pegged for $65 million opening weekend, but exploded with $162 million opening. Thunderbolts, it's got some star power. We got SebastianStan. So, Bucky. Everybody loves Bucky. Some people, they like Florence Pugh. They love her as Yelena. Early screenings, they're getting strong buzz, which could drive word of mouth. I think a Dark Avengers title might have pulled in more comic fans, especially ones that are hyped for Val's villainous master plan, but we'll see. Another plus, if you want to call it a plus, Thunderbolts ties into Avengers Doomsday. Marvel's teased that some of these characters will show up in the next big crossover, which could draw fans hunting for clues. It's also kicking off the 2025 summer season with a few weeks to shine before we get to Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch. So, if Thunderbolts happens to nail the action, the humor, and those emotional beats, yeah, it has a chance to get past those early projections. So, what's the deal here? Well, Thunderbolts has risks. $70 million opening for a $200 million plus movie is shaky. And Marvel hasn't had the best track record here in the last few years. They've been in a slump with only Deadpool and Wolverine recapturing that old magic. I mean, shoot, Deadpool and Wolverine pulled in what, $1.2, $1.3 billion? The Thunderbolts name feels like a missed shot when Dark Avengers would have screamed epic antihero chaos louder. But you know what? I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful when it comes to these movies. I mean, it's got a good cast. The vibe is unique, and to me, it channels some Dark Avengers energy. So it could be a sleeper hit like Guardians of the Galaxy was back in the day. It just needs to deliver. Now, I want to hear from you guys out there. All 26,000 plus of you, plus you new folks too. Will Thunderbolts tank, or is it going to shock us at the box office? Should Marvel have gone with Dark Avengers? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I try to read them all. I even respond to a few. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new here. And if you haven't already, ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. And with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.